Alright guys, we are live with break number one for Topps Finest. Obviously I have more cases. I personally thought we were going to, my goal was to fill 3 case breaks today. We obviously got about like 1 3/4. Not necessarily where I want to be for opening day on Finest, but I understand obviously times can be hard. Trying to figure out, I was trying to figure out where my wife put the box cutter at. Essentially, like I said, times not necessarily the best for everybody when it comes to finances and summertime around the corner, so not super worried about it, but obviously I have goals and what I think we can do as a group. So tomorrow I'll definitely be tomorrow I'll definitely be offering personals because there's a few people that asked me about personals and I told them no, I don't know how many we're going to group break. I think Finest is also a good product to run in mixers, but I think it can get more Finest if I need more Finest. Are you talking about the backyard breaks? We have, like I said, my man Cal Ripken Jr. here. We'll get into that. We'll talk about that in a second, Dustin. There's numerous reasons I don't like them, but I mean, they're going to be used as the face of the company. I think they got rid of some of the guys that are a little bit shadier over time, which is why some of their, like, want to call it a cast because they really put on a production more than anything else. I just don't like the deception of them trying to say they're giving. It's just, I'll explain. It's a lot of, they do a lot of pandering, and I hate that shit. They do a lot of, like, verbal sleight of hand, and it's just, I'm not a fan of it. I can't say they're lying because, I mean, they don't lie. They just, I personally don't like their break style. I don't, when I'm having someone, here we go. We got my man Cal Ripken Jr. here, Project 2020, Ben Baller the card. It's not that, Dustin. I'll explain to you exactly what they do here in a second when we start getting into this. I'll just say, if anyone hasn't seen the Topps Finest box, here you go. Has Bryce Harper as the cover boy. It's much set up like Bowman's Best or Bowman Chrome. It's that one hobby master box, 2 small box configuration. Each small box should have an autograph in it. Going to be 2 autographs on the master box itself. And there's 60 cards total. This is a pretty standard Topps configuration for cards. It won't be until the evening. Tomorrow's my wife's birthday, so probably won't start breaking till at least like 9 or 10. The biggest reason I started breaking later than like that 8:30 was because Joseph stays up a little bit later, so I help her with the kids to get them to bed. We'll roll it. Just 1 second. I think we got everybody in here that wants to watch for the most part. Well, open this and open a pack. So talk about backyard breaks real quick. So the biggest reason most people don't like backyard breaks is of the whole incident with the Trevor Lawrence last year. I guess it was almost 2 years ago now. Essentially, they pulled a Kaboom Trevor Lawrence yellow out of 10 in a giveaway. The guy said, we can't give away a $20,000 card. Tried to pocket it. Yada, yada, yada. Long story short, they said they made it right and donated to charity and this and that. Whether they did that or didn't do that, it's irrelevant. The fact that you would try to pocket anything when you're like one of the biggest breakers and making thousands of dollars a day in profit is just stupid. they're young kids. They don't know better. I think they panicked like, holy shit, we pulled a card that it's not a $20,000 card in the first place. It was probably like a $10,000 to $13,000 card, if we're being honest. If it graded a PSA 10, yeah, it could be $20,000. But raw, it's about a $10,000 to $13,000 card at the time. Trevor Lawrence rookie year, kaboom, out of 2021 Absolute. Out of 10. So they did that. A lot of people hated them, like, oh, they pocket stuff, they do this. Anytime, like, big cards that they're like, oh, like, they get Panini force feeds them boxes, which I'm not saying Panini doesn't know where the cards are at, or they might not give them juiced boxes. I'm not really sure. I mean, I've opened some good cards, and I don't get juiced boxes. I know other big break groups are in the Topps breaker program, so's Backyard Breaks. I don't think Topps determines, like, oh, this guy's going to get this box, that guy's going to get this box. I don't think that stuff. Yeah, I can give you an empty box, Greg. That's fine. But my big thing with them, me personally, I don't like watching them because they're over the top. The over the topness is just, it's too much for me when breaking. Like, it's one of the reasons why I don't like certain guys that stream video games on Twitch. They're like too much. Like too much to be like a regular person. Like Dr. Disrespect's funny because Dr. Disrespect's in a character. He's actually acting. These dudes are just yelling and screaming at like the dumbest shit. And they used to be way worse because when they were growing, they weren't pulling the same big cards because they weren't opening as many cards. But like, okay, right now you're saying, oh, they're breaking a break for $5,500 a spot. Like, Divisions of probably a case of something. I don't even know what it is. Yeah, there's gonna be more PYT. I was gonna say there's definitely I'm probably gonna throw up one random tomorrow, and there's gonna be more pick your team case breaks or half case breaks or whatever else. I might try to drop it down to a half case with a ×2 and see how that fills. See if it fills faster. After the maybe on Sunday or Monday, but. To Backyard Breaks real quick, I was going to say, what they like to do is they like to say, oh, we're running this break for $5,500. Let's say it's 8 spots, and one of the guys, like 2 of the guys don't hit anything. They're like, all right, well, we'll take this box of clearly done Russ 2021 that they have to the side. Like, we're going to give this box away to free to a guy that didn't hit for $5,500. This box allocated is like $87. It's not worth dick to them. Literally, it's not worth anything. They could take that box and throw it away like I just did over my head. Like, it's not worth anything to them. Like, they're not giving away a bunch of stuff. They're giving away like $80. They're not giving away $400. Like, then that's what they make it sound like. It's like it's just a lie. And they get almost everything allocated because they're so big. So it's like they're paying like, especially on football and basketball, stuff is marked up like 500%. So they're making like a shit ton of money. And they're like, we're giving away stuff for free and this and that. It's just a whole bunch of like bullshit. That's my big issue with them. Just say like, bro, like we're the most, just be like who you are. You're the most entertaining. To a lot of people, they're the most entertaining. They open the most product. They get a lot of big hits because they open a lot of stuff. That's fine. Then do that. You don't need to be like, oh, we're giving away all this shit. Some dude just paid you $5,500 and he's still not going to get $5,500 of cards. There's no way you're going to open up a case of this and a case of that and everyone's going to get their money back. If that was the case, then rich dudes would just open cards. They wouldn't keep opening cards. Or like other people just open boxes of cards all the time. It's just the way they go about it is just, to me, is cheesy and like misleading and deceptive. We have Byron Buxton, Matthew Liberatore, Jacob deGrom on our first parallel. And that's going to be a 267 out of 300 on the light blue. The football, we've already filled 2 of those Football Chronicles, Mario, so I'm sure that the Football Chronicle will actually fill. Sean, you ain't think I didn't throw that behind me in a damn box that has bubble mailers in it? You're out your mind. We got Bubba Thompson, our first autograph on the green, going to the Rangers. Probably out of the rookies you can get for the Rangers. Nice hit for Sean. Probably the least... A lot of upside, probably the least not playing the best out of numbers-wise out of all the other rookies. There you go. That's the right word, Lance. Gaslighting. And I don't even mind the dudes as people because I think they actually genuinely care about like their fans and kids and the hobby. Like I think some of them early on didn't. They cared about money. But I think the ones they've kept around and turned into like their business plan, because like I said, they've gotten rid of some of the guys. I think they genuinely do care about growing the hobby. Like, obviously, growing the hobby makes them more money. We have Carlos Correa. It's a symbiotic relationship in that sense. JT Realmuto. Garrett Cole. Ronald Acuna Jr. So I don't like hate them as people. I just don't like them as breakers. We have Michael Harris II. Nick Pratto. And it's really hard, like, as somebody else that breaks to say that because they're going to be like, oh, you're just hating because they're more successful than you. I really don't give a shit what other people do and how much money they make, to be honest. Jordan Walker. Nolan Arenado. Vinny Pasquantino on the 91 out of 199 on the teal. We have Shea Langeliers and Brian Bello. Logan O'Hoppe. Max Meyer. Wow, a lot of color in this first mini box. We have Liover Peguero for the Pirates. 45 on a 125 on the green speckle. We got Julio Rodriguez, Garrett Mitchell, Shane Bieber, Adley Rutschman, Suzuki on the refractor, Crawford, Nolan Gorman, Vinny Pasquantino, Javier Baez. Got Randy Johnson on the headliners, Wilson Contreras, and Oswald Peraza for the Yankees. Like, when people are making a lot of money, it bothers me whenever they're, like, overcharging people. Like, there's other big breakers that can charge more money because they have a huge group and they know they're going to fill. And I've had discussions with them. I'm not going to name names. I'm just saying there's dudes that definitely charge more than they need to charge to still make a lot of money, especially at the volume they're doing stuff, which, I mean, I'm all for, like, the economics of you can make what we make is if someone's willing to pay you for something, you can charge that price, if that makes sense. I just don't like whenever people try to play it off like they're the little guy or woe is me because they didn't fill their 15th break of the day and blah, 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 if that makes sense. I just feel like there's a lot of, I mean, I guess gaslighting is the right word, but I don't think of gaslighting like that. Yeah. I mean, don't get me wrong. I do have Obsidian Basketball too. I think I have like maybe two boxes, 3 boxes of it. We have JJ Bleday. We have Ezequiel Tovar on the color match, 124 out of 250 on the purple. I'm sure Rob will like that. Jermaine Palacios, or maybe it's Hermaine Palacios on the refractor. The refractors are not numbered. Yeah, apparently there's hot boxes this year. I was gonna say, I don't know how true that is and not true. We got Austin Riley, Corbin Carroll, who seems to be fine after the shoulder thing. We have Duran, Max Scherzer, Oswaldo Cabrera. Having Oswald Peraza and Oswaldo Cabrera in the same product, both Yankees, is just mind-boggling. Oscar Gonzalez, Hunter Green, O'Neal Cruz, Cal Raleigh, and Ichiro on the headliners. We have Freddie Freeman, Riley Green, Bryce Terrain, Brett Batty. Another Liover Peguero. This is a 26 out of 100 on the lava. I mean, Hayes had a good start to the season. I mean, so Robbie Coleman that just popped in here has done a lot of math because he watches Backyard Breaks at work, I think. He's done a lot of the math that, like, if you look at the prices of stuff they're giving away, like, they'll give away that Kaboom and still make, like, 10 grand on the break or something crazy. We have Joey Meneses, Christian Yelich, Anthony Volpe, Chris Bryant, Yordan Alvarez, Paul Goldschmidt, Josh Jung, Jacob deGrom, Vaughn Grisham, Nolan Arenado on the headliners, Bryce Harper, Juan Soto. But I did get verification today that they're going to be them, Blez, and a couple other big breakers are going to be the people that headline Fanatics' breaking platform when it first comes out. I don't know if that's a good or bad decision by Fanatics. I don't really have a huge opinion about that. I know that my account guy from Fanatics said that no matter what, I have an account already. I won't be in like the beta stuff or really early on, but like my account's already automatically approved. So in a second box here. So that should help. Hopefully some with like football and basketball, just to get more eyes on it. The base, I'm never gonna go away from. Like I said this before. If I start to break over there, I'm never gonna go away from the Facebook group in general. It'll just be something I'll do probably at like early in the morning or in the afternoon or something. Or if the break or the group doesn't fill a break, I'll probably run it on there to try to fill the last couple spots. Something to just make it to where, like, I don't know if the reason we don't fill as much as other groups when it comes to certain products is because people are like, well, I could get in Charm City's break or Joey's break, or I could get in Joe Schmo's break in another group that's going to fill and run tonight, even though I have to pay more money or whatever else. Because I know when you guys get in breaks, you guys don't want to sit around for like 3 days and the break not fill. Like, I understand that concept. So we have Luis Robert for the White Sox, Oscar Colas, Juan Soto on the headliners, Bo Bichette. We have Fujinami, DL Hall, Marte, Shea Langeliers. We have Mark Appel, one of the best comeback stories. And good lord, brah. I was going to say, he put the biggest thumbprint on here I've ever seen in my life. Yo, was he signing his cards while eating pizza? Like, look at this shit. Can you guys see that? Like, I didn't even touch the card over there. That's his big old thing. He got big-ass thumbs, too. No wonder he couldn't throw a baseball well when he came out. But, yeah, for the Phillies right here, this is going to Matt. I was going to say, Matt, you can clean that off. I mean, it has print lines on it anyway, but if you clean that off and submit it, you might be able to clean up some of the print lines too at Kurt's Card Care. If you want me to pull it out, I can maybe try to clean it for you, but I'm not going to promise I can get it off. I don't know if I would necessarily submit this card for grade in the first place just because it's Mark Appel and it doesn't have a lot of value in the sense of if you grade it, it's not going to jump up in value. Great arm. One of the most unique comeback stories in baseball if you ever look into a story. We got Shane McClanahan, former first overall pick. Hunter Brown, I think 2013. Spencer Steer, and we got Joey. I've been in the league way too long. Votto, 52 out of 75 for the Cincinnati Reds on the Rose. I mean, so I just watched a YouTube video today. It's kind of funny that we pick a Mark Appel autograph. About the 2013 top 10 draft. It's a pretty bad draft, to be honest. I mean, it had, like, I think the guys in the top 10, I think 8 out of the 10 were MLB starters at one point, Zach Wheeler, but there's not really any superstars other than Chris Bryant. We have Logan Webb, J.J. Bleday, finally get him in an Athletics jersey. Miguel Vargas, we have Senga, 61 out of 175 on the Teal Shimmer. I mean, Votto's one of the few people in the league besides Miggy right now that's 100% a Hall of Famer. Was Appel? It was an Astro, right? Nice Senga there for the Mets. Corbin Carroll, Francisco Alvarez, Duran, Max Scherzer, Garrett Mitchell on the refractor, Hunter Green, Austin Riley, O'Neal Cruz, Cal Raleigh, Mariano Rivera on the headliners, Riley Green, and Oscar Gonzalez. One of the biggest reasons I think that I actually think Garrett Mitchell's going to come back and play well is actually Corbin Carroll, because I believe they have that Garrett Mitchell has the same reconstructive shoulder surgery that Corbin Carroll had. Aaron Judge was a first rounder that year, but Aaron Judge also was not a top 10 pick. And he was nowhere near number 1. He's super raw. Well, you better tell your cousin to take that negative 1.7 ass war and fix it, because he was one of my guys I thought was going to be a stud this year because of the playoffs he had last year. And he played like a bum. Garrett Mitchell was cracked in real life until he tore his shit up. He was, at the beginning of the year, I guarantee you we're talking about a Garrett Mitchell, Corbin Carroll race for the National League Rookie of the Year if Garrett Mitchell doesn't get hurt. Because they're pretty much the same player. Center fielder, lefty, fast as hell, hits the ball well. Gap hitter with the potential to hit home runs. Like, they're pretty much the same guy. Garrett Mitchell doesn't have a creepy-ass mustache, though, like Corbin Carroll does. We have Miguel Cabrera, Christopher Morel, Jonathan Rand on the 7 out of 99 on the green. Why wouldn't you just buy him and wait for his price to go down? For the Rays, I mean, I'm probably not going to even buy anybody in set 3 because you can literally just get an all-99 team from the collections. We have Senga, Bregman, Ruiz, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Lennon Sosa, Michael Conforto, Moreno, Cade Cavalli, Fernando Tatis Jr. for the Padres. We get some orange here, a 9 out of 25 on the orange wave, Dermis Garcia for the Athletics and Brian Ward. So the A's, the biggest reason the Athletics, the price is what they are is they have a lot of rookies in this. Like, all the rookies are in it, including Langler's with an autograph. But they have Jose Canseco's autograph. Really, I dropped them down in price because they didn't feel right away. But they really should probably be in that $65 to $75 range because Jose Canseco autographs, there's like a whole fanboy club. Like, you can go on YouTube or on Facebook. There's like groups dedicated to Jose Canseco. He's actually kind of a funny guy. We have Aaron Judge, Manny Machado, Luis Castillo, Corey Seager. I met him once or twice playing softball. I think I met him once and talked to him. I met him another time and just like shook his hands. We have a 16 out of 250. Plays like over 50 softball. Dude still hits nukes. Definitely still on steroids. Nolan Gorman here for the Cardinals. Austin Fishbach. I think he's almost 60 now, though. Rafael Devers. We have Mike Trout, Pete Alonso, Liover Peguero, Shohei Ohtani, Tavar, Jose Ramirez, Jose Altuve, Trey Turner. We have Fernando Tatis, 13 out of 50. On the gold. We have Waldichuk and Bobby Witt Jr. Good old Ken Waldichuk. Nice hit for the Padres, too, in the Tatis. Out of 50 going to Taylor. Yeah, Mario, I picked out. I just dropped off a bunch of stuff to the post office this morning. There's one Series 2 full case I still will get shipped out on Monday or Tuesday with this break. There's a Pokemon break I still got to ship. Anything that was broken on the weekend, last weekend, right before I went to New Jersey, wasn't sent. Everything else has been mailed. Other than the stuff we broke, like, was it yesterday or the day before? Pretty much, it's the two wrestling breaks. The last full case of series 2 we ran, and there was another break that needs to be sent. Oh, the Pokemon break that needs to all be shipped out on Sunday, Monday time. That would be a little bit longer than be here about a week total. Everything else has been shipped out, like all the division breaks, everything other than the ones we ran like last night or the night before we ran some division breaks. Those ones have not been shipped yet. Other than I had to go pick up. Funny story here. I had to go pick up my wife's present from Best Buy, and my ex-wife's name, for whatever reason, because I worked at Best Buy back in the day, her name's still linked to like the Best Buy rewards number, not my credit card or anything, but the rewards number. So when I go pick it up, I had to like have a whole discussion with them that, hey, like this, everything's jacked up, and explain to them because I went to go pick up my device and it was underneath her name. They said they didn't have it, so I didn't make it to UPS. So there's like 3 people stuff I had to drop off at UPS tomorrow. Robert Sellers, Mitch, and whatever. For whatever reason, UPS or USPS does not like to ship to New Mexico and Arizona for less than like $18. And it takes longer to get there than UPS does. We have Vladimir Guerrero Jr. We have Topps World's Finest, Rafael Devers. Another Dermis Garcia. Some of the West Coast stuff, I think that the post office is going to change how the pricing works this week, I think. Next week, I think next Monday, new pricing goes in effect. But some of the stuff to ship to the West Coast has been so slow. I've had to use UPS just for speed. Even to Austin and the Dakotas, depending on what the weight and the size of the box is, the post office will take won't get there till next Friday, but like UPS will drop it off on Tuesday. We have Wander Franco for the same price. We have Gunnar Henderson for the Orioles. Jonathan Aranda Yoshida, Joey Votto, Cabrera, Fernando Tatis Jr., but I missed getting in the UPS store by like 10 minutes. We have Simeon Woods Richardson, Cal Mitchell, Bryce Harper, Ronald Acuna Jr., and Yordan Alvarez. Michael Toglia, Mookie Betts, Adley Rutschman on the rookies. We have Joey Votto, Suzuki, Shohei Ohtani, Sosa, Bo Naylor. We have Shea Langeliers for the Athletics. 70 out of 99 on the green rookies. Insert. I'm going to got a little bonus autograph here. We got Bo Naylor, Miguel Cabrera, Christopher Morel. Got Bobby Witt Jr. for the Royals, 6 out of 10. Going to the Royals, and JR. Senga and Bregman. The A's have a huge checklist, so you're going to see a lot of A's in general because their checklist, especially on autographs, is big. Big, 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 big. And I'll start to tag, for the random division breaks, I'll start to tag people because I seen that somebody wanted to tag them the basketball stuff. If any of the smaller breaks you want tagged on that don't fill right away, I can tag you. Like the bigger breaks, it's hard to tag because I can only tag 50 people in the comment, 99 people overall. This time, for whatever reason, I don't know what's going on with Facebook. I actually did try to tag 99 people for the first break, and the tag fell off. And I wasn't about to... I didn't have time to retag 99 people or whatever, so... But... I wish they'd allow me to create a subgroup within the group for, like, people that want tagged. We got Ruiz. Jazz Chisholm Jr., Adrian Beltre on the headliners, Michael Conforto, Gabriel Moreno, Corey Seager. You have Cade Cavalli, Alex Bregman on the refractor, Aaron Judge, Manny Machado. I have Liover Peguero, Luis Castillo, Garrett Mitchell on the blue Vapor. 63 out of 250. Brewers overall, for as much as Garrett Mitchell signed stuff and before he hit pro, they have a pretty weak checklist in this. We have Rafael Devers and Mike Trout. We have Trey Turner, Pete Alonso, Shane McClanahan for the Rays. So 77 out of 150. On the blue. We have Tavar, Jose Ramirez, Oscar Colas, Jose Altuve, Senga on the refractor, Waldachuk, Bobby Witt Jr., Ketel Marte, Luis Robert, Nolan Ryan on the headliners, and we have Ethan. Speaking of the small checklist, this is the only autograph the Brewers have in here is Ethan Small going to Robbie. And the Brewers, and then we're going to have Shintaro Fujinami. Man, Fujinami, I was hoping for better for him in general when he came over, but has not been the best. I was a little surprised they put him in here as well, but I think he was in Series 1, wasn't he, as like an insert or as a player? So, I mean, it makes sense why he'd be in the product itself. Vargas, Hunter Brown, Shohei Ohtani, Francisco Alvarez, Zach Wheeler, Max Scherzer, JJ Bleday, Yoshida on the refractor, Austin Riley, Corbin Carroll, Cal Raleigh, Ezekiel Duran. We have Ken Waldachuk on the purple, 116 out of 250. We have Oscar Gonzalez, Hunter Green, Brett Baty, O'Neal Cruz, Vinny Pasquantino, Freeman, Riley Green, Bryant, Bryce Terrain, Jonathan Aranda, Joey Meneses, Christian Yelich, Vaughn Grisham, Anthony Volpe, Ronald Acuna Jr. on the headliners, Michael Stefanik for the Angels. Going to Charles. Have Josh Jung for the last card in that mini box. assuming in break you ran too, Jacob, that you guys had a Langliers in there. I haven't seen any big 101s hit yet, so. Come on, Babe Ruth. No, just. We have Luis Castillo, Corey Seager, Cade Cavalli on the 14 out of 25 on the True Orange. Going to the Nationals. And Brian Ward. Aaron Judge. Manny Machado, Pete Alonso, Liover Peguero, Vinny Pasquantino on the refractor, Rafael Devers, Mike Trout, Jose Altuve, Trey Turner, Nolan Ryan on the headliners, Ezekiel Tovar, and Jose Ramirez. We have Oscar Colas. We have Yoshida. 111 out of 199. Who is the Diamondbacks? Good old JR. Good old Jason Derulo. I was going to say, nice hit for the Red Sox out of 199. We're going to have a gold Corbin Carroll. 36 out of 50 on the True Gold going to JR. And the D-backs. Big hit right here. Going to J.R. Dorito. I'm actually probably going to bring them to the National and see if I can trade them for other product or sell them to people, but we'll see. We got Ken Waldichuk, Bobby Witt Jr., Ketel Marte, Luis Robert, Guerrero Jr., Bo Bichette, Shitaro Fujinami, Spencer Steer, D.L. Hall, Garrett Cole, 20 out of 300. I mean, for probably need to get more 25 or 55 points with all the damn hits. Nice Garrett Cole to Robbie right there. Then we have Logan Webb and Shane McClanahan. If I end up getting a soundboard in the shop for podcast stuff, I'm definitely adding Jason Derulo in the background. I don't know if you guys remember when Jason Derulo came out, when he was doing his samples, he put out he used to have a dude say Jason Derulo in the background. That's definitely going to be J.R. Ritter's thing when he gets a hit, 100%. No way. Every time I see his name, I just think of the damn Jason Derulo stuff in my head. Like I can't get it out of my head. It's terrible. There is no way Corbin Carroll's ever going to be probably anything but a Diamondback. The Diamondbacks owner is like stupid rich. They don't have a problem spending money. They just don't build a good baseball team. It's kind of funny. Into the mini box. I don't even think Jason Derulo makes music anymore, but Liover Peguero, Luis Castillo, Derek Jeter, Jose Ramirez, Rafael Devers, Trey Turner, Pete Alonso, Wander Franco, Bobby Witt Jr., Tovar, Oscar Colas, Jose Altuve, Matthew Liberatore for the Cardinals. 226 out of 300. You know there's collections for the Team Affinity, right? Like if you finish the whole Team Affinity, you get like 3 or 4.99 overalls. No, I didn't get Jeter yet. I hate Derek Jeter. I wouldn't play with him. Why would I do his collection? We have Fujinami, Waldachuk, Ketel Marte. We have Luis Robert, Michael Harris Jr. Michael Harris is second. McClanahan, Bo Bichette, Spencer Steer, D.L. Hall, Fernando Tatis Jr., Zach Wheeler, Logan Webb, Miguel Vargas, Hunter Brown, Albert Pujols on the headliners. Behind Albert is Rosario for the Padres, 81 out of 150. Then we have Francisco Alvarez, the true blue for the Padres. Going to Taylor Fuller. E-Guy. I know that's how you say his name. So I don't know how to say his name at all. But that's not how you say it. I mean, is Gabriel Quezada or somebody? Dustin, aren't you Mexican? His name's not actually E-Guy. It's like he's Hispanic. I'm pretty sure he's Dominican. I don't know how you say it in Spanish. His name's definitely not E-Guy. I'm sure it's short for something too. I'm sure it's like a nickname. If it gets filled, I'll rip it tonight. I mean, I guess it's already 12. If it gets filled and everyone paid, I'll rip it. I have to rip the basketball break after this, I was gonna say. Mookie Betts, Simeon Woods Richardson. We got J-Rod, Julio Rodriguez on the Vapor. 166 out of 250. I told you he wasn't. Look, when he swung, it looked like it hurt, but I think it was more out of fear. I bet you he swung and it was kind of like, you remember when Tatis hurt his shoulder a couple years ago? Ronald Acuna Jr. Tatis would then sit out like 3 games because his shoulder didn't feel right. We got Jordan Alvarez, Michael Toglia, Wilson Contreras. Steal of the entire break, Whitton Bernard. Who the hell is Whitton Bernard? Going to the Rockies and Rob Gervin. We got Joey Votto, Suzuki, Shohei Ohtani. Somebody I definitely looked over on the checklist and did not factor into price at all. I was going to say we have Lennon Sosa, Mookie Betts, Alex Bregman, Bo Naylor, and Miguel Cabrera. We have Morel. We have Jonathan Render. You know why LeBron doesn't sign anything? Because Upper Deck doesn't make anything for LeBron to sign. On the green lava going to the Rays. My man said DoorDash driver. Jesus. I'll say Gabriel Moreno, Senga, Ruiz, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Gunnar Henderson on the refractor, Manny Machado, Michael Conforto, Seager, Cade Cavalli, Francisco Lindor, Mike Trout, and Aaron Judge. Yeah, I'm fine. I was going to say... I don't even know what... My wife gave me some sort of cold. She got tested twice for strep throat. It came back not positive, and the next time she went back, it came back positive. But she doesn't have her tonsils, so I know she doesn't actually probably have strep throat. I get really bad allergies, and they've been terrible lately. So I don't know if it's part of if she gave me whatever she had, or it's allergies. We got Jordan Walker, Oscar Gonzalez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Garrett Mitchell, Shea Langeliers, Logan O'Hoppe, Max Meyer, Brandon Crawford on the refractor. We got another Ethan Small. 36 out of 99, and I thought this was a nasty print line, but that's actually his glove.
Is that his glove or a print line? What in the...
I think that's a string on his glove. Bro, that's so evil. Like, if you look up, like, on the left of his glove, you see how that looks like a nasty, like, print line? It's not. It's his glove, but straight vertical. Like, he must tie that bad boy tight as hell. It's okay, guys. You want me to mask up? I'll mask up. You got Julio Rodriguez, Shane Bieber. I'm going to go full mop gear. Adley Rutschman, Logan Webb. We got 42 out of 150 on the blue. I'm actually going to wear batting gloves to break, since gloves are cooler than no gloves for breaking. Apparently, if you wear gloves, you're a professional breaker. If you don't wear gloves, you like smearing people's cards and you're terrible at breaking. We have Crawford, Nolan Gorman, Pasquantino, Javier Baez, Vladimir Guerrero Jr. 128 out of 199 on the teal. We have Wilson Contreras, Oswald Peraza Yoshida, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Oswald Peraza, Wander Franco, Gunnar Henderson, Cal Mitchell, Randa, Ken Griffey Jr. in the headliners. Oswaldo Cabrera and Fernando Tatis Jr. I actually, in between each pack of cards, actually lick my hands like Drew Brees about to get a snap. Ugh. Oh, like a good old Phillip Rivers, like a good old like 4-finger lick. I think you were in here when I was talking. We were talking about backyard breaks earlier, Jacob, and I did get confirmation that Fanatics Live, their app, is going to be the kinks are going to be worked out of it by the big boys like Blez, and I mean we already knew that backyard breaks. I don't think real breaks or like best card breaks are going to be over there to start. I don't think either. I don't think Nick will give up Facebook, and I don't think that real breaks will ever get off of their app. Again, we have Brett Batty. We have the Rivals Derek Jeter on the die cut. Assuming this is like a case hit or rare. This is the first one we've seen. Most overrated baseball player in the history of baseball. Most defensive overrated player. He's actually a really good baseball player, but defensively, bum. You can fight me about it. The analytics back it up. We have Jose Altuve on the Topps World's Finest. Yelich, Freeman, Chris Bryant, Bryce Terrain. What is this? You automatically get a second one in the pack? We have Mark McGwire, and this looks like this is definitely one of the cases because this is that black and gold. Josh Jung, Joey Meneses, Vaughn Grisham, Anthony Volpe, Christian Yelich. We have Graham Ashcraft. No. Graham Ashcraft for the Reds. Nice hit. This dude's a stud. As long as he can stay healthy, dude. They're gonna have a good rotation going to Chris Jordan and the Cincinnati Reds. Paul Goldschmidt, Libertor. Jacob deGrom, another Bobby Witt Jr. Man, if this was a year before, the Royals would have been swimming in money. 117 out of 250 on the purple for Bobby Witt Jr. Got Bryce Harper, Juan Soto, Garrett Cole, Byron Buxton, Julio Rodriguez on the refractor, Prado, Carlos Correa, Nolan Arenado, Realmuto, Nolan Gorman on the refractor, Brian Bello, and Michael Harris the second. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think that these guys are rival. I mean, these are cool. Like, don't get me wrong. This card art is nice. But I don't think they were rival. I don't think McGuire and Jeter were rivals. I mean, they had other rivals, but I don't think they themselves were rivals. Like, I don't know if those cards are paired somehow, but nice hit for the Cardinals. Anything Mark McGuire, man. Like, that's what I was trying to say. Like, Derek Jeter's numbers defensively are overrated. He's a negative career WAR in the field. But Mark McGuire didn't sign a lot when he was younger, so like his autographs, especially in Cardinals jerseys, is huge. Mark McGuire is one of the biggest reasons they found forgers in memorabilia forging rings was because he didn't sign a lot of stuff, so people would be like, oh, there's no way Mark McGuire signed that because Mark McGuire is like, I didn't sign that. I don't sign enough to have signed that. So his autograph is actually pretty valuable. Cal Ripken used to be like that, but now Cal Ripken signs everything. So we have Vinny Pasquantino, Javier Baez, Dave Winfield on the headliners. We have another Rivals. This is a 46 out of 50 Chippa. Good old Larry Jones on the gold Rivals. Somebody get my man Larry out of here. .46 out of 50 for the Braves and Brian Ward. We have Oswald Peraza, Yoshida, Guerrero Jr., Mookie Betts on the refractor, Gunnar Henderson, Wilson Contreras, Jonathan Aranda. We're going to have a 78 out of 300 Byron Buxton. I think that answer is going to vary very much based off of region, Dustin. I was going to say we got Cody Clemens for the Phillies. Going to Met. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Wander Franco, because I'm sure people in Texas would argue like Whataburger, and people down south are going to say Bojangles, and what's the other one everybody likes down south that I'm not a big fan of? Churches. It's not Churches. It's the other one. We have Simon Woods Richardson, Cal Mitchell, Matthew Liberatore, Jordan Alvarez, Oswaldo Cabrera, Michael Toglia, Mookie Betts, Michael Toglia again on the refractor, Suzuki, Acuna Jr., Shohei Ohtani, Sosa, Rafael Devers, Bo Naylor, and Joey Votto. Man, I cannot think of the place that I'm in the South that I'm thinking of. It's like it's a chicken place, but it's not Church's. I think if you're looking at straight price, consistency, and menu variety, Jack in the Box beats everybody. But that's my personal opinion. Do I think it's the best? No. But I think for the price and the consistency you get, you know what you're going to get. And if you need variety, I think it's the best. We have Matthew Liberatore, Jacob deGrom, Alex Bregman for the Astros. 83 out of 175 on the... It's not Popeyes'. We have a Teal Shimmer Bregman for the Astros going to Jeff. We have Juan Soto, Paul Goldschmidt, Garrett Cole, Byron Buxton, Cal Mitchell on the refractor, Carlos Correa, Bryce Harper, Nolan Arenado, JT Realmuto, and the headliners Cal Ripken Jr. We have Michael Harris as second, Prado, Jordan Walker, Trey Turner on the world's finest. Bro, Brian Serven. Heard he's part of the dance team in Colorado. He comes out to You Got Served theme music. 50 out of 99 on the True Green, going to the Rockies. And Rob Gervin. We got Shea Langeliers, Brian Bello, Logan O'Hoppe, Max Meyer, Simeon Woods Richardson, Julio Rodriguez, Garrett Mitchell, Shane Bieber, Adley Rutschman. We got Pete Alonso on the 74 out of 125 on the green speckle. It's not Raising Cane's, though. Hold on. I'll tell you what it is in a second. Zaxby's is what I was talking about. We have Crawford and Nolan Gorman. If you ask people, especially in Georgia, will say Zaxby's. Like South Carolina, Georgia is Zaxby's. I know what Raising Cane's is, but that's not what I was talking about. In the last box here. I hope we fill the soccer break. So, like I said, soccer break. If you get a spot in the soccer break, for every many spots you have is worth $5 break credit to any break you get in that's a new product, whether it's in the month of July. So, not every time you get a spot, one time, but somebody did message me and ask me that. Whether it's Topps Finest, Topps Tribute, Topps Chrome at the end of the month, we got Cal Mitchell, Jonathan Aranda, Bryce Harper, just trying to give incentive to get that break filled. We have Oswaldo Cabrera, Fernando Tatis Jr., Mookie Betts, Simeon Woods Richardson, Shane Bieber, Ronald Acuna Jr., Yordan Alvarez, Sosa, Michael Toglia. We got Brandon Crawford on the 105 out of 250 on the Vapor for the Giants. Joey Votto, Suzuki, Morel, Otani. Dustin, did you look at the collections for the Team Affinity? If you finished the Team Affinity, Dylan Carlson, Joey Meneses for the Nationals. It's going to be Brian Ward. We got Bo Naylor, Jazz Chisholm Jr., Miguel Cabrera, Javier Baez, Senga, Bregman, Cavalli, Ruiz, Beltre, Conforto, and Moreno. There's definitely been more than one base Guardians card. There's been several Oscar Gonzalez's and at least one Jose Ramirez. There's been a couple Bo Nailers too. There's like 5 of them. Go look them up at whenever you go in the Team Affinities. Go down to like one of the Team Affinities where you can show like how much XP you get for each thing. It'll show you the collection. We have Nolan Arenado, JT Realmuto. We're gonna have Pete Alonso on the rivalries. I have a 165 out of 250 Fujinami for the A's. We have Michael Harris II, Max Meyer, Walker, Logan O'Hoppe on the refractor, Langeliers, Bello, Rutschman, O'Hoppe, and Randy Johnson. We got Julio Rodriguez, Garrett Mitchell, Javier Baez, Shane Bieber. We got Cal Mitchell for the Pirates, 32 out of 99 on the green lava. The Pirates. Brandon Crawford, Nolan Gorman, Pasquantino, Adley Rutschman on the refractor, Ezekiel Duran on the rookies, going to the Rangers. And Sean Ross. Or no, the Rangers. My bad. Robbie Coleman, I apologize. Sean Ross has the Dodgers. We have Wilson Contreras, Oswald Peraza, Yoshida, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., Zach Wheeler on the 19 out of 150 on the blue. I forgot, we talked about the Rangers and the Dodgers. We talked about Jung. Bay does not have a card in this. We have Zach Wheeler on the blue, Francisco Lindor, and Gunnar Henderson. I have a couple Bay First Bowman autographs in my PC. I can, if you want one, I can bring it to the shop and we can trade for it. Let's get into the hits. There's a lot of color here. We have Shane McClanahan on the blue, Garrett Mitchell on the blue Vapor. We have the green speckle for Peguero, Tatis on the true gold, Nolan Gorman on the Vapor, the lava Peguero, Aranda on the true green, the teal shimmer out of 175 for Senga, the rose gold for Votto, Tavar on the purple, Pasquantino on the teal, DeGrom on the blue. I have no clue what his stuff's selling for, to be honest. We have Pete Alonso on the rivalries, Zach Wheeler on the blue. I don't want to tell you a price and it be way higher than what it's supposed to be, so we can look it up. from a price guide or whatever. We have 99 out of the Green Lava. Fujinami out of 250. Brandon Crawford out of 250 on the Vapor. We're going to have Pete Alonso on the Green Speckle. Bregman on the Teal Shimmer. Buxton on the Sky Blue. We have the Rivalries. Mark McGuire on the SSP. Jeter on the Rivalries. We have the out of 50 Chipper Jones on the Rivalry for the Braves. Bobby Witt on the Purple. Vladimir Guerrero Jr. on the Teal. The Blue Logan Webb. The Green Lava Aranda. Blue Vapor J-Rod. We're going to have the Sky Blue Libertor. Sky Blue Garrett Cole. Yoshida on the Teal. The Orange Cake Cavalli and Ken Waldichuk on the Purple. We have Bobby Witt on the Black and Red Vapor. I think it's a Vapor. It might be called something else. Going to Witt, 6 out of 10 in the Royals. Let's get into the autos. It's going to be Duran on the Rookies. Joey Meneses on the base autograph. Servin out of 99 on the green. We have Clemens for the Phillies on the base. Ashcraft on the base. Ethan Small on the green wave. Ethan Small on the base. Winton Bernard on the base. Bubba Thompson for the Rangers. Out of 99 on the green. Mark Appel. Refractor Stefanik on the refractor. Palacios on the base refractor. And Dermis Garcia on the base refractor. Getting into the other autographs, we have Dermis Garcia on the 9 out of 25 on the gold wave. Rosario out of 150 on the blue. Shane Langeliers on the color match green for the Athletics on the rookies. And a big hit, Corbin Carroll on the true gold out of 50. One of the Diamondbacks. And that's the break, boys. I appreciate y'all getting in it. For everybody, hey, congratulations. For everybody that didn't, better luck next time. We have a few teams left in a full case up right now. Robert, I would say that Bowman was bad too, except you pulled it out of 50 DePaula. Oh. But, I'm going to say, for the finest, we have that case up at the back end. And then we have, you pulled some other good stuff out of Bowman too. And before that, you were killing Bowman's best, because I think you got like 5 or 6 Jordan Lawler autographs. And he's a monster. Anyway, I was going to say, we have a few more teams left on the current Topps Finest. I'll throw up another Pick Your Team case tomorrow if we fill up number 2. I'll get a price for some personals. It'll probably be in that like $240 range, which is cheaper than Topps. I know it's not cheaper than other people necessarily. By the time you pay tax and whatever else, you're going to be at that $240 price or close to it. Obviously, like with all the color and stuff in this, top loaders, like I sleeve all the rookies and whatnot, so it's just more like a supplies and shipping thing. That's why the price is like $15 more than what the other places are selling it for. We bought it from Topps, you'd definitely be paying more because they charge like $87 for shipping. It's ridiculous. We will see the basketball divisions break. We'll run that here in a second. Give me like 5 minutes or so to clean up and we'll run that. If the second break does fill up and everybody is paid, I'll run that tonight if it's like filled before 1. It's like 23 minutes I'll run it if everyone's paid. I don't think everyone's paid right now. I started checking payments and there was like 2 people that didn't pay yet. For sure in like the first 10 people. If not, we'll run it tomorrow. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit later than normal start tomorrow just because it's my wife's birthday. By later start, it'll be earlier than this, hopefully. Biggest thing, guys, is when you pay, just please, if I courtesy tag you, just get your payment in. I'd be like, hey, bro, I don't have the money, like, whatever else, I'll find somebody else to take the spot. I mean, that's not what I want. I don't want you to claim a team and not be able to pay, but I also don't want to hold up the whole break like we did tonight, where there's like 3 people that didn't pay. And I'm just sitting there like waiting. Like, if you talk to me and pretty honest with me, there's people in the group can vouch and be like, yo, like he's pretty much like, I'm not a dickhead about it. Like, I'm not gonna like bash you and be like, oh my god. I get pissed off when people like dick me around though because it's holding up the rest of the break when I could have just sold off the teams. But I appreciate y'all. Y'all have a good night. I'll see you in a little bit for the basketball.